Wash your hands of is an idiom that originates from the act of physically washing one's hands, to symbolize the act of disengaging from or taking no responsibility for a particular situation or person. The phrase conveys the idea of distancing oneself from an issue or cutting ties with someone, often because of a perceived inability to influence or control the outcome. The origin of the idiom can be traced back to biblical times, specifically to the Gospel of Matthew, where Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor of Judea, symbolically washed his hands to absolve himself of responsibility for the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Since then, the expression has become a common way to depict the act of refusing to be involved in a matter or disclaiming responsibility for its outcome. When someone washes their hands of something, it typically implies a decision to step away from a situation or person that may be causing trouble or difficulty. It can also indicate a sense of frustration or exasperation, as if the person has exhausted all efforts to resolve the issue and has now chosen to distance themselves. In personal relationships, the phrase might be used to describe the act of severing ties with someone who continually causes harm or disappointment. For example, if a friend repeatedly engages in harmful behavior or refuses to change despite attempts to help, one might decide to wash their hands of the friendship to protect their emotional well-being. In professional settings, the phrase can describe the action of disassociating oneself from a project or a team when it becomes unmanageable or conflicts with one's principles or values. In such cases, individuals might feel that further involvement is futile or detrimental to their reputation or career. Additionally, washing your hands of can also apply to broader situations, such as political issues or societal challenges. Politicians or leaders may publicly distance themselves from controversial policies or decisions by stating that they have washed their hands of the matter. While the phrase may sometimes imply a lack of responsibility, it can also be a form of self-preservation or boundary setting. Recognizing when it is necessary to disengage from a harmful or toxic situation can be a sign of emotional maturity and the protection of one's well-being. However, there are situations where washing your hands of may not be the most ethical or compassionate response. In cases where one has the power or influence to make a positive impact, simply distancing oneself may be seen as a failure to take responsibility for helping others. In conclusion, wash your hands of is an idiom used to describe the act of disengaging from a situation or person and refusing to take responsibility for its outcome. It conveys the idea of distancing oneself, often due to frustration, inability to control the situation, or to protect one's well-being. While the phrase can be a form of self-preservation, it is essential to consider the ethical implications and the potential impact on others when deciding to wash your hands of a matter.